This is a K&F Concept NP-F970 compatible battery and charger. It's actually a 2-pack of batteries. So I was sent this to review for free. If you wanted to purchase it, it would cost you $60. They haven't paid me for my review, and my opinions remain my own. So in the packaging, we have 2 of these Sony compatible NP-F970 batteries, and they are listed as lithium-ion 7.2 volts, 6.6 amp hours, so they're 47.5 watt hours. And it comes with a little battery charger that plugs into USB, and it includes a USB-C to USB-A cable, which kind of indicates that this guy will work at a 5-volt level. There's actually 2 plugs here. There's a USB-C plug and a micro USB plug. So it looks like this guy will actually accept 5 volts and step it up to charge these batteries here. And the batteries just plug into it. They're held in by friction. There's no latch or lever to keep them in, so you just lift them back up to pull them back out. But they're in there pretty well. I mean, this guy's holding it upside down, so it's a decent amount of friction holding it in there. It also comes with a tiny little instruction manual. So this manual is specifically for the batteries. It just says charging voltage is 8.4, rated battery voltage is 7.2, and then it just has a lot of different languages. So this guy here says its output is 8.4 volts at 700 milliamps, and then it has a star 1 or 500 milliamps star 2. So it looks like it'll charge 1 battery at 0.7 amps or 2 batteries, each of them at 0.5 amps. So it looks like it's doing a total of basically 1 amp to 2 batteries or 0.7 amps to 1 battery. And it says here FP970, FP750, FP550. So this charger does not appear to be super high capacity or super high speed. It'll get the job done eventually, but it doesn't look like it's a speed demon at charging these batteries. And it says the input is 5 volts at 2 amps, so it looks like regardless of what type of USB-C power delivery plug you plug in here, you're getting 2 amps at 5 volts. So you're putting in 10 watts, and basically on the output side, you're probably getting about 8 watts out when you're charging these guys. So not the fastest battery charger. It's kind of included in the box as a bonus. I think the real reason to buy the box is these 2 batteries. And if you use a lot of these batteries, you probably already have a charger for them, but it's kind of nice to have a little USB charger included just in case you don't. Alright, I plugged this into a USB-C power delivery charger. It does successfully negotiate power delivery just at 5 volts. There's 2 lights here. They're both green, channel 1 and channel 2 when these guys are empty. I plugged a battery into the port that's farthest away from the USB port, so it's channel 1 over here and channel 2 over here. This guy turned to red, and now it's drawing at 4.7 volts. It's drawing 1.5 amps, and so it's basically drawing 7 watts here. And so that's pretty in line with it delivering about 7 watts to that battery. It's actually drawing like 7.2 watts here. So it looks like, that 700 milliamp hours at 8 volts is going in there pretty close to its rating. So we're going to plug in the other channel. Now both lights are turned on, and we have here now it's drawing 2 amps, so my voltage has sagged to 4.6 volts. The particular charger this is plugged into is really designed for doing 9, 12, 20 volts, and so it's sagging the voltage a bit here at 2 amps on 5 volts. But we're drawing 9.6 watts, so it's delivering at least 9 watts, say 4.5, maybe 5 watts into each of these guys here. So we have almost 100 watt hours worth of battery capacity on these 2 batteries, and it's charging at 9 watts an hour. So if these guys are fully depleted, you're looking at about a 10-hour charge time to charge them both back up here. So this is definitely kind of an overnight charger if they're fully depleted. Now if you're just topping them up, it'll go faster. Alright, so I plugged this guy into a quick charge capable USB-A port, and it's 4.8 volts, 1.8 amps, so it's not like it's getting that much faster charging through a USB-A port. You know, it's kind of a USB-A port designed to do mostly 5-volt charging. So pretty much I think you're looking at about a 9-watt capacity here for charging. On the plus side, I have absolutely no worries about overcharging or overheat on these cells at that low rate. It's been several hours. This guy is down to 3.5 watts, but these are still red. It's put in 37 watt hours so far. So it looks like it's tapering off and it's definitely going down in the amount of power it's putting in, but it's not hit its voltage cutoff point. These are still red. Okay, this guy is switched over to indicating they are fully charged. The draw now is 0.1 watts, which is probably just enough to light up these lights here. So out of the box, these two guys took 39 watt hours, so say 20 watt hours each. They're 47 watt hour batteries, so it looks like they were charged to about 50% from the factory, which is a good charge for storage of lithium-ion batteries. Alright, so these are 20 watt lights. I have the two batteries in them. I turned them on at the fullest brightness. Started at about 5 p.m. and we have the time-lapse camera watching it, so we are going to see how long it will run these two lights for. Okay, these guys finally shut down. I'm very happy with the capacity of these batteries compared to other batteries I've used in these lights. The runtime was as long, if not longer, than some of my other batteries. Now we're going to take these two guys, plug them in, and we will charge them up overnight, and we'll use this little watt meter to tell how much power it takes to charge these guys back up, and that'll give us an approximate idea of their actual capacity. It's been 11 hours since I plugged these guys in. They're still charging. The actual watt draw has actually gone up a little bit. It's now drawing 9 watts. So these guys are still probably below 80% because they're still charging at the full power area. It's been about 14 hours since I plugged these guys in. It's actually gone up. I'm seeing it hitting 10 watts now. So 10.1, 10.05, 9.9 watts. So the actual watt draw is still pretty high here. Okay, it took about 17 hours, but these guys are fully charged. And capacity-wise, it took in 141 watt hours to charge these two guys. So they're about 47 watt hours each on the ratings. So I'd expect about 100 watt hours to charge those guys up. So either they have more capacity than they're rated, or there's a lot of inefficiencies in this charger because it's so slow is wasting some of that power. Given the runtime, I could believe these guys might be 50 or 54 watt hours instead of 47. Alright, I ran these batteries all the way down in my lights again. They lasted about 3 hours again. Alright, I have these batteries on a fast charger. I'm charging each battery at 13 watts now, and we're going to keep track of how much power it takes to charge them back up a second time with a different charger to see what results we get. Okay, both batteries have been fully charged. The charger's now only drawing 1.5 watts. And the power it took to do that, so again, it took 144 watt hours to charge both of these batteries back up. So the charger draws kind of like 1 watt while it's charging, just to operate itself. So most of the power that went in there is going into these batteries. So looking at that, it seems like these batteries have a lot higher capacity than the 47 watt hours that they're rated at. So it took 144 watt hours to charge these two batteries fully from empty. So say 80% conversion efficiency, it's still looking like each of these batteries has at least 57 watt hours of capacity, which is more than the faceplate rates them at. Okay, so this is a pretty nice setup. The batteries here fit into my lights just perfectly fine. They ran them for longer than most of the other batteries I have that work with them. And so I'm fully willing to believe that these guys are definitely meeting their 47.5 watt hour specifications for their battery capacity. The charger is kind of a bonus item they threw in. It works, it meets all its specifications, it's just a slow charger. So if you need a way to make sure these guys are fully charged all the time, and you want to just leave them in here and leave this guy plugged in, it's great that it's included in the package, but I don't think that's the real value of the package. I think the real value is in the two batteries here. Now these are just batteries. They don't have any of the extra fancy features I've seen on some other replacement NP-F970 batteries. So they don't have a power meter, they don't have a USB port you can plug in and charge individually. You do need some external charger to charge them. But as batteries, they are very good. They ran my lights, as long as I was expecting, and maybe a little bit longer. So I'm very happy with these as batteries. So $60 for the kit. That's, you can think of that as $30 per battery, which is kind of about the going rate for this style of battery. And you get a charger that works fine. It's just a little slow.